daughter avoids me at all costs after an embarrassing encounter. How can I gain her back?
I am not the oop. Oop is you/special. Food 2936. Daughter avoids me at all costs after an embarrassing encounter. How can I gain her back? Originally posted to r/ask parents. Original post June 1, 2023. I'm a 38-year-old single dad and I'm the primary caregiver for my daughter who is 15 years old. Her mother is out of the picture for a long time. I have been single-handedly taking care of my daughter since she was 3 years old. Last weekend, I caught her in a very inconvenient, very embarrassing moment.
I arrived home early without informing her. She was in the living room, right across the TV, on my couch, butt naked, watching porn. I screamed with horror first. She followed. I ran out of the living room apologizing. She ran to her room and locked the door. Since that day I haven't seen my daughter. Now, I'm not a strict dad. For the context, we live in a conservative Muslim country, but Islam doesn't play a role in my family's or in many of her acquaintances' lives. I'm open as much as I can be regarding sex, puberty, mental health, etc. But of course no one is immune from the society they live in. Taboo of sex, sexuality and sexual desires still looms in people's minds even if you don't believe such taboos. She doesn't talk to me. She deliberately avoids me. I try to communicate through her door. At best I get, "I'm fine, leave me alone," as an answer.
She changed her schedule so we don't bump into each other. Doesn't answer my calls. I might get 1 or 2 word text message if I'm lucky. I don't know how to deal with this situation. I don't care what she does in her private time, I just miss my daughter. I want to spend time together again. She can be very stubborn and I know that if I don't intervene somehow, this hide-and-seek game will last much longer. I'm open to all advices. Thank you for your interest. Relevant comments. Organic, Routine 1377.
Step 1. Over dinner or whenever she can't easily avoid the conversation, tell her you feel she is old enough to have a television in her bedroom and a lock for her bedroom door for privacy. Step 2. Say you know she is a teenager and free to ask any questions or not ask questions and figure things out on her own. But you hope she asks because you want to make her life easier. Oop replied, "Funny thing is TV is rarely used in the house. I offered her putting the TV in her room long ago but she didn't want it because it was just too big. If we need to watch something we watch it on our laptops. I might get her a smaller TV, though." Vulcan feminist. When I was a teenager a similar thing happened. My dad came home early unexpectedly and found me and my boyfriend naked and having sex in the middle of the living room. It was horrible for both of us, but honestly what was most horrible for me was actually that my dad never mentioned it and wouldn't look at me or be in the same room as me for weeks afterwards. He avoided me like she's avoiding you. Obviously you're at least trying, which is fantastic. I think what I would want in your daughter's position, or at least what I might have wanted from my own father way back when, is an open line of communication and reassurance. A text seems best since she's clearly avoiding you. Maybe something like, "Hey, I know that was awful for you and I'm sure you're feeling a lot of feelings about it. I want you to know that I'm here if you want to talk. This doesn't change anything between us. I still love and support you just like before. And that's a completely normal thing. You have nothing to be ashamed of or feel bad about. It's really okay." And then just follow her lead. If she doesn't respond back, go ahead and let it go. This too shall pass. I'd also maybe recommend inviting her out to something you can do together that would feel normal. A movie, dinner, whatever kinds of things you two normally do together. Something where you can have a positive social interaction to help show her that the relationship really is unchanged and you can both move forward from this. Oop replied, "Thank you for the perspective. I imagine getting caught with someone is much worse than caught while being alone. To be honest, I skimped some details that makes the situation much more embarrassing, like she couldn't even had time to turn off the TV, so I had to do it myself. If she doesn't talk to me tonight, I will text her or write a letter. As your suggestion, she has a tendency to punish herself if things doesn't work out like she imagined, and I don't want her to feel guilty for such stupid thing. Update June 6, 2023. I was hesitant to make an update, but I thought there might be other parents, especially single parents, who might experience a similar situation. As I expected, situation never improved. Hide and seek continued. I wrote a letter to my daughter. As suggested in the initial post, I basically wrote she did nothing wrong. She shouldn't be ashamed of me and how much I missed her. I was planning to put the letter on her doorway or slide under it when she wasn't at home. Then I changed my plan. 2 days ago, nighttime, I knocked her door again and demanded to speak to her. Obviously she tried to make me go away, but I was determined this time. I forced her to unlock her door and demanded an explanation why she is still avoiding me. She immediately burst into tears and I felt awful inside. Never in my life I was this assertive to my child. I hugged her and said, "It's okay. I'm not angry. You did nothing wrong." At this point my shirt was wet with her tears and mucus. I told her we can talk about it when she feels better in the morning, or never mention it again for the rest of our lives if she is willing to go back to our normal father-daughter relationship. Next morning the subject never came up, but she let me braid her hair, so we are good now. I'm getting her a smaller TV, sending my couch to deep cleaning, and no more unannounced house arrivals. I will probably make fun of her 10 years later or something as a payment for my suffering. Thank you for your attention and advices. Hope you found my misery useful.
This is a repost sub. I am not the oop.
First rule of sexual exploits while in the family home: never, ever in the shared living areas. This goes for everyone, including parents.
She just had so much faith that no one would be coming home, lol. Completely naked? In the living room? Blastin' porn on the big screen? My anxiety could never. I'm surprised kids still masturbate in public areas of the house. We had to do it back in the day because the family computer was the only internet-connected device in the house. But kids today all have phones and tablets, right?
That's some good-ass parenting right there. Gives me hope. I'ma get off Reddit before it ruins my faith in humanity again.
What an embarrassing situation. And what a great dad to push through it. Girl needs a laptop, lol. Poor thing. I can't imagine the tension between the parent and child. But it can make a mighty fine joke for years to come. I'm glad things worked out and they will come out of this stronger. I am very impressed by the way Oop asserted and initiated the facing of the issue head-on without waiting for the already embarrassed daughter. He is a great dad. I just can't figure out why, in this age of laptops, anyone would want to watch porn on a TV in the living room. Excellent job, Oop. 2010 statting. Please dad again. I thought it was going to be another dad embarrassed by period-related stuff. But OMG. This is actually horrendous. That poor girl. She's lucky to have a dad like this. Great job, Dad. Lol. Poor both of them. That is some top-tier embarrassment. Well done for recovering from it though. Sounds like a really good relationship between the two of them. At this point my shirt was wet with her tears and mucus. Never yucky has felt so good. What an embarrassing situation. Glad things worked out though. The father is an absolute legend. This dad is an absolute legend. NGH. I'm cringing for the both of them. Truly one of the most embarrassing things to happen to anyone. In my opinion. Glad that they sorted it out. Though, it might have gotten better with time. Anyway, but communication certainly helps. Deep cleaning? I understand light cleaning, but what the hell did she do on it? TV too big for the room? Sending the couch out to get cleaned? Mr. Moneybags Jones, over here. I will probably make fun of her 10 years later or something as a payment for my suffering. Fucking legend. Probably the greatest dad move. On the couch? Where y'all share butt space. Loudly crying even in my adolescence, that would never have been me. Let me braid her hair. The sweetest, most wholesome line for me! Exclamation mark.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epicaricast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.